We'll be covering the installation of Rustbuster's front shackle mount section, driver's side, for the YJ Wrangler. Note, the following steps assume that the end user wants to retain the front crossmember and OEM sway bar bracket. Before you begin, if at any point you are uncomfortable with any of the processes, we strongly suggest you seek out the work of a professional. Ensure you have all the required tools listed, and ensure you follow all the manufacturer's safety precautions and operations while using them. Step 1. Disconnect your vehicle's battery and inspect for potential fire hazards, such as leaking fuel lines and engine components. Repair or remove these before starting, and remove any fire hazards from the work area. Step 2. Lift your vehicle and support its rear axle with jack stands for driver and passenger sides. Remove the wheel. Remove your gas tank and its components, and plug all remaining tubes to reduce fume leakage. Place the tank safely outside your work area. Step 3. Using a T55 Torx, remove the front bumper, frame cover, and with a 10mm socket, remove the cover support bracket. Using two 19mm sockets, remove the upper spring shackle bolt and loosen the lower bolt enough to rotate the shackle down and away from the mount section. Using a 14mm socket and wrench, disconnect the sway bar bracket. From the front edge of the OEM mount, measure 12.5 inches and draw a guide line around the frame rail. This line will be your cut line, which avoids damage to the track bar bracket. If you intend on replacing this bracket, extra steps, not listed, will be required. Begin disconnecting and removing the steering box. We recommend loosening each bolt enough to grant access to other bolts until it is ready to be dropped. Using a 5/8 socket, remove the 4 bolts attaching it to the frame. Using a 1 5/16 inch socket, remove the steering arm retaining bolt. Using a pitman arm puller, drop the pitman arm and drop the steering box. Step 4. Begin cutting away the material around the front crossmember so that you can gain full access to it. Grind it down until it's flush with bare metal. Cut away the section just inside the drawn line. Step 5. Attempt to push the part into place and over the front crossmember. Our part provides more material than what is needed for the install, per these instructions. The extra is provided should you wish to replace your track bar bracket. You must measure and trim our part in order for it to fit into the frame. Removing too much metal will make the gap size too large to fill with weld. If you have to bend the front crossmember to fit the part into place, you may need to remove very small increments of material from the frame rail until it is flush. With the part in place, measure 28.25 inches from the inner passenger side section wall to the inside wall of the part. Make a mark onto the crossmember, as this is where the part needs to be installed at. Step 6. Prepare your weld zones by clearing away any rust or debris. Place the spirit level onto the front crossmember. Place the car jack with blocks under it and slowly raise the crossmember until the spirit level equalizes. Replace the part to your measurements and C-clamp and tack weld it into place to prevent it from moving later. Step 7. Remove any potential fire hazard. 100% weld around all frame rail and front crossmember edges. Step 8. Coat the work area and part with a primer or other rust inhibitor to help prevent or reduce the risk of rust formation. Step 9. Begin reassembling your vehicle by starting with installing a new front shackle mount bushing into the part according to the manufacturer's instructions. Reinstall your steering box, pitman arm, and sway bar bracket. Resecure your upper and lower leaf spring shackle and bolt. Reinstall your bumper and frame covers. Reinstall your wheel well liners and wheels. Reconnect your battery, and you're done.